to my YouTube channel. This week I am joined by my lovely husband Cody, and as you can tell, he's just thrilled to be here. He just loves recording with me. No, I'm just playing. But today we are finally going to share with you all of the details of our sweet love story. Sweet at times.
At times.
Yeah.
You'll see.
At times. So why don't you start us off, and I guess let's start with how we met.
Okay. So we met in March of 2010, way back in the day. Becky's church was actually having a revival, and they sent out a bunch of invites to the different churches in the area, and I showed up with a bunch of my friends, and we had a good time, and that's technically how we met for the first time.
Whenever I got there, I saw just this group of cute guys. They all looked about my age, and they were just sort of standing outside before the service started. And thankfully, I was with a family friend of mine. Her name's Jennifer. Shout out Jennifer, because you introduced me to my husband. So thankfully, she knew this group of guys. So as we were walking up, she introduced me to them. And at this point, I was 13, Cody was 14. So I had just started to become like really boy crazy. So of course, I was freaking out because this entire group of guys, what, 5 of you? These 5 guys were just all so cute. I was just thrilled to meet every single one of them. I remember whenever I went to go introduce myself and I was like, hey, I'm Becky, they all switched up their names. So I didn't even know who was who at that point. And they never even came out and said, oh, just kidding, I'm Cody, just kidding, I'm blah, blah, blah. They just switched up their names and left it there. So I genuinely did not know what their names were or anything. I just knew that they were super cute and I was definitely interested. So we went into the service, of course, and I couldn't stop thinking of them. Like I said, they were all extremely cute, and honestly, I didn't know which one I liked because they were just all so darn cute. But I do have a few very distinct memories of Cody specifically. And the first one being that you were just so quiet. Like, you wouldn't really talk to me. You only talked to me like 2 times, and that was like whenever you switched up your name. And then the second distinct memory I have is saying goodbye to him the next night. And even then, he would barely talk to me. So I was like, bye, I'll see you later, or whatever. I don't even know. But you're just like, yeah, okay. And just left. You didn't really put in an effort. So I was just kind of like, all right, guess he's not gonna be the one that I like from that service or whatever, that group of guys.
So from my point of view, I remember walking up and seeing you for sure. And usually I had set things I would say. When I was trying to flirt with a girl or something like that, I had stuff that had worked for me in the past. So
His pickup lines.
Yeah,
he had pickup lines. Okay, you guys. 14-year-old Cody had pickup lines.
They were smooth.
Oh my gosh.
No, so I remember going to say them to her, and I'd be like, and all of my buddies were straight using my lines. All of them. All of them. Everything that I was thinking about saying, okay, I'm gonna follow it up with this, to be funny. They would say them, so I'm just stuck there with no ammo, don't know what to say, just stuttering. So I didn't have much to work with, but I had one more strategy, and this was the desperation move. I remember going in, sitting down, and I don't remember where she was in the church, but I remember she could see me somehow, so I would obviously stare at her. During church, I was clapping, I was way off beat clapping, and she would turn and look at me, and I would make sure we locked eyes, and then I would turn really quick. So she saw me, and trying to tell her that I liked her, I guess.
Basically, he wanted me to know that he was staring at me, which I think is pretty clever. Yeah.
Pretty clever.
Yeah, it was.
Right.
Even though he wouldn't talk to me, but whatever. Thank God for Facebook at this time, because that is how we officially kind of got connected afterwards. So of course we all sent each other friend requests, and that is how I found out that these guys had a YouTube channel. And they were so hilarious and so funny. And it also made me realize, okay, every girl on planet Earth ever who has ever met them has a crush on them. Literally, they were the guys of the Georgia district, basically. So at that point, I was kind of like, okay, I have 0 shot with any of them because Hello, they're so cute. Are your eyes okay?
Yeah, they keep watering really bad. Keep looking directly into the light.
Why?
Because it's literally right above the lens. What do you mean?
Maybe your eyes are red.
Really?
Look at it. There's a mirror right there. But to my surprise, I got a couple of DMs from 2 of the guys, one of them being Cody. So we quickly exchanged numbers and I actually started texting them both. So at this point, Cody was like, you have to choose one of us. You can't text us both at the same time, blah, 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 13-year-old drama. And I was like, okay, I choose you. So I chose him. But then we just stopped talking. We kind of faded, went our own ways, no big deal. Well, fast forward to October of 2010, I actually went back to the other guy and dated his best friend, basically. Oh my gosh, whatever. So Cody and I totally remained friends through all of this. We actually texted and talked to each other probably like once a week, even though I was dating the other guy.
Yeah.
So that relationship was obviously very serious and lasted a whole month, maybe even less than that, honestly.
I don't know.
And I was just so heartbroken. It's just so funny because I genuinely remember being like heartbroken. I was 13, you guys, 13. And we dated for a month. I can't. Anyways, so dramatic. So since Cody and I were still friends and talking, he kind of helped me through the heartbreak.
Because I'm a gentleman.
Because he's a gentleman, yeah, sure, okay. So while he was helping me through that dramatic breakup, we sort of regained interest in each other and kind of started talking consistently again.
Yeah. So I remember texting for a while and being like, we need to hang out. Let's try to hang out. And at 13 or 14, we can't drive. So we finally decided on we would go to a youth event and hang out there. But when I got there, I may or may not have started talking to another girl, one of your friends actually.
Yeah.
And ended up talking with her friend for just a
ended
little
up
bit.
dating her too, huh?
Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
Interesting. What do you have to say for yourself?
We were never really like serious at that point, so
We
it wasn't
weren't.
a big of a deal.
Exactly. So it's kind of funny. We both dated each other's friends, but we just pick about it now. We were, like he said, we were so young. At that point, we weren't seriously talking, so it was fine. I just called him a jerk a couple times. He apologized, and we remained friends again. Fast forward to August of 2011. I was on the bus on the way home from school and I got a missed call from Cody, and when I went to go listen to the voicemail, it was poor little pitiful Cody. And I listened to the voicemail and he's bawling, crying, going, my girlfriend broke up with me. He literally called me right when they broke up. And he was so heartbroken. I was
tore up.
Yeah, it was very pitiful. So just like he helped me through my breakup, I helped him through his. And we kind of, once again, regained interest in each other.
Very indecisive.
Yeah.
So about a month after that, you see how heartbroken I was. A month, maybe. A month after that, we decided to give us a shot since we've been talking so long. And
yeah, we'd kind of been on and off again for a year or so. So we're like, you know what, let's actually try to make this happen. So September of 2011 came around, and that is when we were finally able to hang out for the first time. I was 14 and Cody was 16 at the time, and neither of us actually could drive like with each other yet. So every single weekend, we dragged our parents out and they met halfway for us. So my mom would drive 30 minutes, his mom would drive 30 minutes. Honestly, thank you to our parents for letting that happen. From that first time when we hung out in September, we were attached literally at the hip. We hung out every single weekend, talked on the phone every night, texted every day. We just could not get enough of each other. And I told Cody that I didn't want to officially become boyfriend-girlfriend for a while. I wanted to wait. So like 2 weeks later, on October 9th, which is actually my birthday, I texted Cody and I said, I don't want to wait any longer. And we just started dating right then and there over text message.
Smooth.
Text message, you guys. I cannot. That's how this relationship has formed. So really quickly, we did break up a couple of times. We broke up in May of 2013, but then Cody said, oh heck nah, and swooped back in, gave me a dramatic kiss, and said, if you don't feel anything, then fine. But if you do, then blah blah, let's get back together, whatever. It was pitiful. He was also crying.
A lot of tears in the relationship.
A lot of tears, honestly. Got back together a month later, whatever. We broke up again the next year. And this time it was a little bit more serious. We would still see each other at events all the time. We would always sneak off and say hey to each other, sneak a kiss in, cry, and say how much we missed each other. It was pitiful, you guys. It was stupid, honestly, but whatever. It's all part of the story. Fast forward to July of 2014. My mom was talking about moving to Florida, and it was my senior year of high school coming up. So I decided that I would go ahead and move to Florida and get settled before the senior year started. So that's just what I did. And because Cody and I were still like connected at this time, we would still talk and text every once in a while, still plan like little secret hangouts. So stupid. But I felt the need to tell him. So I did. I called him one night and let him know. And we decided that we would have one last little weekend together, kind of say our goodbyes, and we would part ways.
The weekend she left was a very hard weekend. Do you remember?
Yes,
it was a very emotional
pitiful
weekend. It was a lot of tears, a lot of Hallmark moments.
Running after my car.
I literally did that. It was rough. It was really bad. It felt so real
funny.
in the moment, but
it was real. What you mean felt real? So I did exactly what I said I was gonna do. I saved up some money, packed up my car, and moved to Florida. I think this was the point where Cody was kind of like, oh crap, she's actually leaving and I don't really want to part ways with her. So it was kind of a wake-up call for him mostly, and ever since then he just started texting and calling me every day and every night since then. We never had a discussion of like, okay, let's try to make this work again, let's try to have a relationship, let's be boyfriend, girlfriend, yada yada. That never happened. We just started talking every day again. That lasted for about 3 months where we were basically dating but not officially dating, and we became boyfriend girlfriend again officially in October of 2014. Well, surprise, my family never moved to Florida. So in the middle of my senior year, I moved back to Georgia and graduated from high school in May of 2015. Then I very sneakily convinced Cody to move to California with me and go to Bible college.
that was probably the best decision we ever made, though.
Yeah, it honestly was.
So we moved to California in August 2015, and we hung out there for a while. And then just a few short months later, I proposed in December, held our breath for a minute or two, and we got married in March of 2017.
Yeah, March 25th, 2017 is when we got married, and we've been happily married ever since. I say happily, but really I feel very lucky that Cody and I were able to date from such a young age. Not a lot of people have that opportunity, and we definitely missed out on some things like just being single and a teenager in high school, but honestly, like I said, I'm extremely lucky. Like, we have been dating since
we grew up together.
I was 15, yeah. Like, we literally were able to watch each other grow up. And I think that's really, really cool, and honestly, I wouldn't change it for the world. Would you?
Absolutely not. I think there's a lot of people out there that they're 30, 40, 50, 60 and still haven't found their person, and that's okay. I'm not saying you have to find them when you're young, but I think we've been very blessed to have each other this long.
Yeah, definitely. Feel very lucky. Well, I'm glad I was finally able to sit down with you guys and share all the details of our love story. Hopefully it was up to your standards, and hopefully I didn't leave out anything for you guys. If you did enjoy the video, you already know what to do. You better smash that like button! I'm just like...
What was that? It's like a wrestling announcer.
Smash it now! I'm just kidding. No, but seriously, like it if you enjoyed the video. And if you want to, please subscribe if you are not already. And are you making fun of me? I can't help it. And comment down below and let me know what you guys want to see. If you guys want to see Cody on my channel more often, then let me know. And if you have any ideas for that, let me know as well. I'll try my very best to get to it. As always, I hope you guys have an awesome weekend, and I'll see you next Thursday. Bye.